Now we are here at the control panel, and I'll just run you through all the bits and pieces that are here. It's quite simple. There'll also be a packet inside. This is all the bits and pieces that we've got for the TV, the antenna connections, the 12-volt socket and the 240-volt. You'll also have a controller for the aircon. Now the air conditioning control is pretty much the same as a split system. The instructions are in your manual books, and it's just a matter of turning on, turning off. If it's running on aircon, I wouldn't put it on 16 degrees because I'll never get there if it's hot. Put it on about 23, 24 degrees. You've got more chance of it working. And if you're in really, really hot conditions, I advise closing the doors to the kitchen, and that obviously help it out a bit more because it's sucking a bit of the hot air in from outside. We have just done a modification on some of these, trying out just 2 vents instead of 3. That seems to be working a lot better as well. There's also here a remote control here for your stereo and for your TV, so that's all there. Now, basically you've got your RCD double poled power points. You've got the light power switch, so that'll turn the lights on and off with. There's an Anderson plug isolation point, which look, we've left that in a lot, but that's not such a huge thing because we've got the DC-DC, and that will stop the feedback going to the car as well. So there's also another main isolation switch there. These are all RCD like breaker switches, circuit breakers they call them, for the 12-volt appliances. There's a pump switch, shower power, which is the shower inside. You've got the roof light, which is the inside. Shower light is actually the outside shower light on the side, on the driver's side. Outside lights are outside lights. That means you can actually operate your white, orange and off switches on those new switches. And then you've got light power switch. So now if you're wanting your fridge to work whilst you're in transit, I would say, look, turn them all off. Turn your light power off. You'll still have power going through here, but then your fridges will still run whilst you're actually in transit. There's a stereo switch here. There's an outside speaker switch, and there's also a light switch. Now that light switch, if you're trying to work out where it is, that actually is turning this inside light hatch in here. So this is the other storage section you've got. So just a bit of a light, you can actually see what you're doing in there. Then you've got your water gauges. The left is your fresh water, the right is your grey water tank. So that's pretty much it. Oh, stereo, when you have the stereo switch on. The stereo itself, turn that on. You've got different modes here. You can go to stereo, you can go also Bluetooth, and you've got a little switch or cover you can pull over here, and that has got a USB connection, so you can put in iPods if you've still got those things, or other devices, even your iPhone as well. Plug that directly in. There's also a, I'll turn it off now. Here, if you don't like having lights on at night time, so the switchboard is still working, you can hit this little switch in between. That'll turn the light power off to these switches here, but it actually is still working. So some people don't like having that light on at night time.